Who's the guy with the headset? Is he from Cox?
No.
The guy over there with the camera?
No.
Bob Saglio, but I think he's a Cox representative, but I don't know.
Yeah, they let you use the equipment anytime you want if you want to film
You go
a
through
meeting.
the train.
I think what we should do is let him do it, and we'll check with Cox, and if he is not
They've already checked.
then we'll prosecute.
Now then, Mr. Ruggiero, would you please give us your finding on...
The issue of videotaping has come up on several other occasions, and in 2006, the Department of the Attorney General had ruled in a case on a similar matter. A member of the public was attempting to videotape a meeting of the Water Authority, and they were ejected and ordered not to tape the meeting. Subsequent to a complaint, a determination was made by the Attorney General Department that stated that the public does have a right to videotape public meetings, and that it's not a basis to prevent them from videotaping for lack of notice or any of those other sorts of reasons. So I would tell you that the videotaping of the meeting is in order.
There'll be no meeting while that man is in this building.
All right, they're talking right now, so we'll see
Tom,
what happens.
get that out of
I would like to ask Mr. Picard a question, and that is, if your intention is to fire our 5 solicitors, could you give us their names, just the names to the audience of the people you are firing?
Point of order, that's not part of the motion, Madam President, so it's out of order, and Mr. Picard does not have to respond.
But I would like to know
This
if
is not a
we could.
cross-examination of the members of this town council. I'd appreciate it if you'd call the question.
Mr. Picard, can you respond for
No,
yourself?
The question is perfectly appropriate.
Point of order, Madam President.
Are we going to play the point of order game again
yes,
tonight?
we are going to play it, ma'am.
Okay, what's your point of order, Mr. Mageau?
A point of order is that your ruling is inconsistent with the motion that is on the floor, so I will appeal from the decision of the chair and ask for a majority vote of the town council.
Those who wish Mr. Picard to respond to Ms. Allen's question say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those who wish Mr. Picard to be excused from responding to Ms. Allen say aye.
Aye.
Fails.
That's 2-2.
I abstain.
It's 2-2.
Outrageous
So
question.
the motion fails. We go back.
He can answer any question he wants.
Would you ask the question again?
The question is, what are the names of our 5 solicitors?
Mr. Ruggiero? I can't remember the names offhand. I haven't been here long enough.
Point of order, Madam President.
I have to ask Mr. Picard to recuse himself from,
No, you will not.
because if he doesn't know
Point of
who
order.
they are, I'm not sure how he.
Point of order, Madam
possibly-
President. No one's going to get appointed. So it takes 3 votes to appoint someone, so save yourself the trouble.
Well, on
And,
the premise that it could
Because
happen.
that's what we've decided,
Who's we?
Bruce and me. Line is, and I'm going to be very, very blunt, we're going to play hardball. There's some things you want, and there's some things that we want. And if you expect to get yours,
Who's
then
we?
we're going to get ours.
Who's we?
Me and him.
No, he doesn't want anything except
Well,
to do
we've
what you
discussed
tell him
this,
to.
and
Roll call?
Ms. Allen?
No.
Mr. Picard?
No.
Mrs. Waterman?
No.
Mr. Mageau?
yes,
There's something wrong with your microphones. There were some comments made by Mr. Mageau to Mr. Picard that no one heard, and I was wondering if we could hear those.
no.
Fourth, a procedure to recall elected officials. Well, I think, the people really wanted that, and so we should move that
make a
on.
motion.
I move that we accept that to be put on the ballot.
I'll second it.
Yeah.
Call a roll, please.
Ms. Allen?
Approve.
Mr. Picard?
Yes?
Mrs. Waterman?
Yes.
Mr. Mageau?
No. tell him what I said, Lloyd. Served on the town council 11 months, never said anything but,
Thank you.
yes. Get out.
Peter?
I am so happy with myself, I can't stand it.
Going to influence my vote. I'm not going to support it, so you can shake your head and hiccup and do anything you want. It isn't going to help you out because I've already researched it, and I don't need to rely on you to tell me how to do research.
This is not, you're out of order. There is no public comment on tonight's agenda. Well, it doesn't surprise me that you don't understand it.
Listen, I'm not going to sit down and listen to that nonsense from a moron like you. Well, you know what your problem is, Crash? You've been looking at too many feet for all your life, clipping too many toenails.
I have some information.
You will sit down, sir. You will sit down until I recognize you.
I
A
have,
motion, it's been
point of-
seconded on the floor.
point of order.
Point of order.
Sitting
There
down.
has been a motion and a second to recognize you before there was any other motion and second.
And he seconded it to
No,
appoint
your
Mr. Myers.
legs weren't fast enough on that.
We're
You
not
didn't
gonna
kick
go
them
down
fast
this
enough.
road. You will sit down, sir, or I'll have the town sergeant sit you down.
I'm a citizen, tax-paying citizen of
Yes.
this
There is a
town,
motion
and a
open
member
on
Please,
the...
go ahead
Sergeant.
and speak.
Sit him
I
down.
have some
Town
comments.
sergeant,
Point,
sit him down.
Point of order, sir. Would you like me to
I'm
read
in
you?
running-
Would you like me to
I'm the
read you
chairman
the
of this
rules?
town council, sir, and I'm directing you to sit him down.
I wouldn't do that.
Check.
Dr. Prince, will you sit down for 1 second while I address the council president? Thank you.
The town solicitor is not running this meeting. I am. So let's make that very clear. And when I tell you somebody's out of order, to sit him down, you're going to do it. And I'm not going down the street anymore.
Okay, Mr.
Now, there is a motion open on the floor that's been seconded by Mr. Picard. Now, we're going to move that motion.
I want to
Mr.
hear.
Craven, I would like to hear what Mr. Craven has to say after he shoots you with a tranquilizer gun. Okay.
I didn't hear a complete motion, but I would suggest that it looks like there's two motions here. On either event, whether it's a motion to appoint or whether it's a motion to recognize someone from the floor, there would be the right of any council member to recognize.
Not on an open motion, sir.
Actually, I disagree with you.
Thank you.
So if there is a motion that Mr. Mageau was in the process of making, he can make that motion, and then if one of the council members wishes to recognize someone from the floor, they can do it.
Under the provisions of Robert's Rules of Order, I believe you are wrong, Mr. Craven, because his comments could have a chilling effect on the vote, and he is not part of the voting body.
Mr. Mageau, I think
6.9.
the chairman does not make the motion in the first place.
Under the town council's rules of procedure. Want to read it?
Yes. The town council president shall recognize a council member's request to call upon a citizen or member of the audience over the council's president's objection, providing said request is seconded. Thank you, Kate. By another member of the town council. So I, again, move to recognize Milt. Did you second it? Thank you.
Argue with you on how I vote. We voted not to reappoint him, and that's the end of the issue. Do you understand?
Actually,
I understand
failed.
English, yes, but I
All
don't
right.
understand.
Who the hell do you
why-
think you are, coming in here
Whoops.
arguing with a decision that this council made? I said items 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, okay.
That means that he does,
Public comments.
he's cutting out the town council rules and procedures, appointments and liaisons to all of our commissions, and public comment.
I'd like.
Wait.
Robert's Rules of Order do call for a vote on that issue without
Without discussion.
discussion.
In that case, I have to put the motion to table appointments and liaisons, town council rules and procedures, and public comment to table for a future meeting, as yet undisclosed.
Point of order, Madam President. The gentleman that is speaking is not a town resident. He is not a taxpayer in Charleston, so you need to sit down. You are not a.
I'm a resident of Charlestown.
You,
Sit her down. I will move to recess the meeting and have the police remove Mrs. Briggs from the room if she doesn't sit down.
continue, please, Mrs. LaCroix.
Yes.
No. The motion passes. The meeting is adjourned. We need
Move to adjourn.
I don't believe it's even legal to table public comment because it goes in every single meeting.
This is a special meeting, and there's never been public comments at a special meeting that sets any precedent for that, and you know it.
There's always been public comments
there has
at
never been.
every
Special
meeting.
Well, you sit there and talk to yourself. No, I'm not running the house. I've got other things to do. Huh? Give me one. And she's much better looking than you are. I see. She's much better looking. I'll tell her not to be harassing me. How do you think you are coming in here? You married to that damn old fool that doesn't know nothing.
You have no business to interrupt the conversation I have with those
I'll
guys.
interrupt you when you're out of order every time.
No
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Your provision, your provision to talk at these meetings is soon coming to an end.
Yes, that's what you are.
That is exactly what's going to happen. When you abuse the prerogative, it's
I
going to
want
be
to
taken
tell
away
you
from you.
something. You are not going to win this one. You're going to be
Honey,
sorry.
I'm here until next 2 years from
You're
now.
not even a property owner.
It doesn't make any difference. You're nothing but a goddamn carpetbagger that moved down here and thinks you own the whole town. You know? So,
But I'm
let's face it.
looking out.
I am. That's true. What is she doing? What are you doing? If you're not being rude. This town council was elected. This town council was elected. However, I think that if you would carefully study this motion, it clearly states that you will suggest a course of action to the Charlestown Town Council, not to the news media, as you did, and that the committee shall report all of its findings or proposal to the Town Council, not to the news media, as you did. And therein lies the problem. The Town Council charged you with completing a study that you were supposed to have given back to the Town Council. Instead of doing that, you released it to the press first and then called for a meeting of the Town Council.
Okay.
And therein lies your problem.
If I may
Do you
correct-
understand what to the Town Council means?
Mr. Mageau, if I may...
Of your committee, that you had to hold a public hearing or a public meeting to discuss, and you had to do it publicly. That, and you know, I didn't fall off the back of a watermelon truck in Shannock yesterday. You know, I've been around for a little while. She wrote it wrong. No, you're not a statue sitting there, fella.
But we were speaking
My recollection is I was talking to you about a personal lawsuit
Yeah, I didn't want to go into that.
in an automobile accident that I was involved in.
Yep.
And I don't recall speaking to you about any town business.
Anything that was of a personal...
I resent you even acknowledging her question. It's nothing to do with her.
Well, I think this is a public forum, and one of the things that I do...
When I meet with you in private on a private issue, that's a private issue. It has nothing to do with this town council. It's none of your goddamn business. In plain English.
We have a motion to adjourn, Mr. Mageau. And it's been seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Jim, watch this. Hey, don't you talk like that.
Mr. McMahon, could you come up here and remove Mr. Mageau?
Yeah.
He's totally out of line.
Yeah, he's out of line when I have a motion to make and he won't let me.
What language are you using?
English, my dear, English.
I just like to say I've never been so embarrassed in my life. I hear from people in Providence what's going on in my town. Mr. Mageau, thank you for calling me a wimp tonight. I'll show you how much of a wimp I am in the next coming months. I'll show you how much of a wimp I am.
Well, you can do what you want, but don't go around making commitments and then
I'm not going to make any commitment.
and then
As a
change
matter
your
of
mind.
fact,
You've done it time and time again.
Could you please
and you're
let
not
me
done it.
talk.
Well, you yell all you want, but don't you
Please,
sit there
please.
and
You're done, Mr. Mageau.
Yeah, so aren't you.
Yeah, that's right. Coward, wimp, whatever you want to call me. As a matter of fact, we should work on getting you off this council.
Well, why don't you try
And I plan on being part of that.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. Then you wouldn't have to stand up and be a man, would you?
That's right. Next month, we're going to do some cleaning of the house.